And she had beautiful things. And I used to just love to go over to her house and go in her room and play with all the stuff on her dresser and all go through all of her dresses and all of her clothes and her shoes. She was fashionable. She had everything. And she had a lot of Bibles. Yeah, she had a lot of Bibles. I remember that. She had a lot of Bibles. Then we had Dorothea Mathis. Miss Mathis could cook. She was a very good cook. She would get in that kitchen and fix all of us up some good old meals. And we had Lubertha Ross. I had Lubertha Ross in my life. She's another one. Church mother, still is a mother to me today. She's kind of like one of the surviving mothers. She's still here, and I still consider her my mama. We had Maddie Wallace. Maddie Wallace just took me in when I first met her, and that's Diane Barnetti's mother. Then we have Mother Hawkins. Mother Hawkins, oh my gosh, Mother Hawkins is in her hundreds. I think she's 101, and she is still here, and she was very good to me at church. Also, Mother Stevens. Mother Stevens was a fashioneer. She was a loving mother. Oh my God, she used to be in my Bible study class and let me know I'm still in charge. I am your mother. But I just wanted to mention, these women that were and are mothers in my life. I just love and miss those that are gone on and are with Jesus. I miss them tremendously. And the ones that are still here, I talk to them every now and then, not as often as I should, but I still keep in touch with them. And those are the mothers in my life. Now what I did was I asked people in social media to send in names of mothers that they wanted me to shout out. And I didn't get that many, and it's okay, because I do believe that people, when you ask people to do stuff, I don't know if they're I don't know, and I'm not going to even worry about it. But I did get people that gave me their mother's names. And actually, it was two people. And the first one is Sonia Ashley. And she wanted to shout out her mother, her biological mother, Helen Kendrick. And so we give a shout out to Helen Kendrick, who is Sonia Ashley's mother. And then she had a second name down, and that name was Deborah Watlington House. Hey, that's me. Yes, Sonia is my play daughter here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I am so happy that she is in my life. And thank you, Sonia, for shouting out your mothers. Another person shouted out a mother, and that was my goddaughter, Asia Martin, and she wanted me to shout out me. And so thank you, Asia. I appreciate it. Also, I said that you can shout out or write a tribute to your mother. And so I had another friend who is like a sister to me. And before I give her name, I'm going to shout out my God-sent mothers. And what does that mean, a God-sent mothers? Sometimes God will send you people in your life who are just like mothers to you. And I just have one of them, a special one that I can talk about right now. And her name is Laura A. Price. She is my God-sent mother. I call her sister mom, because really she's old enough. I'm old enough for her to be my big sister, because we just like 10 to 13 years apart. But she also, she looked after me in a time when I really needed some look aftering. Okay. So she's been a part of my life. She's also one of the West Point mothers. But like I said, growing up, we were close enough in age where she could be just like my big sister, but her wisdom is, she has mother wisdom. How about that when it comes to me? And so I consider her my sister mom, and her name is Laura A. Price. Now, her daughter, Laureen Price, sent in a shout out for her mom, and I'm going to read it. And it says, shout out to my rock, captain of my cheerleading squad, prayer warrior, and hospitality servant to all who are in need. My mother, Laura Price, is the queen of queens in our family. I love you with all my heart. I miss you so much, Mommy. But I pray that God will keep you from any hurt, harm, or danger during this time of separation. Your daughter, Lorene Price. Now, I thought that was absolutely phenomenal because Lorene and I happen to be in Atlanta together, and we share Laura. She doesn't mind me calling her Mama, and she doesn't mind me depending on her and looking up to her, because Laura A. Price is a phenomenal mother, and I'll always call her Mama too, because she's my favorite girl. All right, I'm getting emotional here. I did have one more shout out, and it happens to be from my daughter, Deanna Allen. She wrote me this. She sent me this little thing this morning, actually. And it says, Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, but especially to you, Mama. We love and miss you, from Deanna, Messiah, and Caden. Caden, that's my grandson, my main man, Caden. I was so happy to receive all of these well wishes and Mother's Day blessings that I did receive. And so many people have shouted out to me and told me, oh, you're going to be okay. It's your first Mom's Day without your mother. And I've been there and done that. And then I had others just saying that they're praying for me because they can only imagine not being able to spend Mother's Day during this pandemic without your mother. And so I'm going to turn it over a little bit, and I'm going to, go to my go-to, and that's my Word of God. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some scriptures that God gave me about mothers. And the first one I'm going to look at is Proverbs 17, verse 6. And it says, Children's children are a crown to the aged, and parents are the pride of their children. Isn't that amazing? It says, when you live in a way that makes your children proud, you provide a legacy of character and faith. And I tell you, my mother lived in a way that actually made me proud. My mother was a very kind woman, a giving woman. She would do anything for anybody. And sometimes I get so upset with her because a lot of times I felt she was doing so much for others that she kind of neglected us. But until I got mature enough to understand why my mother's character was the way it was, and it was because of her love for Christ and what she did for Jesus. She was Christ-like to the max. And so her character and the things that she did for other people was just an example. She exemplified Christ in such a major way. My mother would give you the shirt off her back and also bake you a cake at the same time. She was an awesome cook. She knew how to make a little out of a lot. A lot out of a little. When people would stop by, my mother would always welcome them to her dinner table or lunch or whatever time you would come by. She would always make sure that she had enough for everybody. I will never forget my mother. My mother was a school teacher. She took care of her school children like she was taking care of my brother and I, and it was only two of us. And everywhere we went, if we went into a grocery store, someone was calling out, Mrs. Wallington, Mrs. Wallington, there go Mrs. Wallington. She was my favorite teacher. And I would think to myself, my mean mother was your favorite teacher? But I'm going to continue talking about my mother when we come back from break. I am so emotional. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Love on your mothers while you can, because when they're gone, they're gone. We'll be right back.
There's more from Pastor Deb coming up in a few minutes, right here on WOSDradio.com.
remember Mama and the love that she gave. Kneeling by her bedside, I can still hear Mama say, the people are depending on you, Shirley. Don't you let them down. I remember Mama in a happy way. We went to school with holes in our shoes. We didn't have much, but the Lord saw us through. Mama kept the family together, yes she did. I remember Mama in a happy way. She packed our lunch in an old greasy bag. It might have seemed empty, but it was more than others had. It had a lot of love way down deep inside. Yes, it did. And I remember Mama in a happy way. I remember Mama in a happy way. Now Mama is sleeping in the bosom of Jesus Christ. Yeah. Somehow I know she's smiling. She's smiling over us right now. Look at her there. One day I'll see her again. How happy I will be. Yeah, yeah. I remember Mama in a happy way. Yeah, yeah. I remember Mama in a happy way. My brothers and sisters, they're living far apart. Although my mom is gone, she's right here in our hearts. We all gonna pull together and stay in the holy place. Why? I remember Mama in a happy way. Oh, yeah. I remember Mama in a happy way. You know, I remember my mama when I was about 12 years old. I was going to church, playing church. How many of you used to play church? Let me see your hand. Yeah, some of you still play. And I remember I go down Mount Calvary, that's where I belong. And I'd jump and I'd shout and I'd come back home. But I was still disobedient. I would talk back. And one day, me and Ann here, we decided that we want to play church. Let me tell you what we did. We went out in the back and started playing church. And my brother was a pastor. Me and Ann here, we were the members in the church. And let me tell you something. It's hard to come in contact with Jesus and still be the same. I don't care who you are. I don't care. You can be the chiefest of sinners. You will never be the same. And I've forgotten I've been going down to the church, playing church. Came home still disobedient. Didn't want to wash the dishes. Didn't want to bring the clothes in off the line. Didn't want to do anything. Mama said, I'm sick of you going down to that church playing with God. Me and there, we went outdoors. We started playing church. Sat down on the bottom step. My brother was a preacher. And we were the members in the church. And he put some old glasses and put them right here on his nose. And he said, I want you to jump up and shout Jesus 3 times. And I jumped up and I shouted Jesus 2 times. But when I jumped up the 3rd time,